In the town of Eldoria, lights so bright.
The Enchanted Wheel of Eldoria. In the town of Eldoria, where the cobblestone streets wound between timber-framed houses adorned with blooming flowers, anticipation hung in the spring air. The festival of the Knife Sharpener was fast approaching, a joyous celebration of community and craftsmanship, with Scar, the revered knife sharpener, at its heart.
Ska, with his twinkling blue eyes and gentle demeanor, worked tirelessly in his workshop, skillfully sharpening an array of blades that the townsfolk brought for his expert touch.
The stone wheel, a family heirloom, spun rhythmically under his foot as he transformed dull knives into gleaming instruments of beauty. However, beneath the cheerful facade, he felt a weight of expectation pulling at his heart. Would he live up to the legends of his craft? As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over Eldoria, a newcomer walked into the square.
Lyra, with her red hair and a spark of mischief in her eyes, captivated Scar from the moment they locked gazes.
Unbeknownst to Scar, however, Lyra carried with her a secret intertwined with the fabric of Eldoria's past.
In the town of Eldoria, lights so bright.
Meanwhile, Crink, the historian, scoured the dusty archives of Eldoria on record. His fingers brushed over ancient documents, until one day he stumbled upon a forgotten text.
My heart raced as I deciphered the cryptic symbols. Tales of the festival of the Knife Sharpener, a celebration that held deeper meaning than mere merriment. According to the manuscript, the festival was a ritual of protection against a malevolent spirit known as the Shadow Wraith.
As the festival drew near, townsfolk busied themselves with preparations. Lyra soon became an integral part of Scar's work, helping him with the spinning wheel, revealing her own subtle magical abilities that he found enchanting.
I'm glad I can help Scar. This festival means so much to everyone.
Yet her presence also stirred an unseen tension as rumors of the Shadow Wraith surged. On the night of the festival, the town was aglow with lanterns and laughter. Musicians played while dancers twirled in delight.
I feel a rush of joy watching Lyra weave through the crowd, her spirit lighting up the night.
But the festive atmosphere soured when Crink emerged from the shadows, his face pale with fear.
The Shadow Wraith has returned,
He shouted, panic tightening in his chest. The townsfolk fell silent, fear washing over their faces. Crink explained his discovery, the true origins of the festival ringing in their ears like a distant drum. With urgency, Crink rallied the townsfolk, reminding them of their ancestral duty.
We must remember our ancestors and stand together. The Shadow Wraith can only be defeated if we unite.
It was a custom for visitors from outside Eldoria to record their name on the town's visitor logbook.
The wheel must be spun or the barrier will weaken. The Shadow Wraith is always the 33rd visitor. Lyra is the Shadow Wraith.
I'm not a wraith.
Called out Lyra and looked towards Scar. Scar avoided eye contact and focused on turning the stone wheel. The townspeople stood side by side, stunned, realizing that together they had to face this darkness.
We must call upon the ancient ritual. Only then can we hope to banish the Shadow Wraith once and for all.
Ska pressed his foot on the pedal, and the enchanted wheel began to spin.
As the wheel turned faster, a cacophony of voices rose around them, laughter mingling with urgency. The ground trembled and shadows lurked at the fringes of the festival illuminated.
Just as the wheel reached its peak momentum, the townspeople called out, "Protect our home!"
Fear gripped Scar's heart. The townsfolk chanted old verses forgotten through time and handed their knives, scissors and swords to Scar to be sharpened by the stone wheel.
"Protect our home! Shield our light!" they cried as Scar's heart raced with adrenaline. "With the wheel, we stand united!"
With one final push, Ska spun the wheel with all his strength, pouring his devotion into the enchanted stone.
In that moment, the barrier renewed itself in people's minds. One last despairing howl echoed from the crowd through the night, illuminating the path to light. As dawn broke, the sun bathed Eldoria in warmth, whispers of laughter returning, celebrating not just the festival, but the strength discovered within themselves.
Ska turned toward Lyra, relief and admiration flooding through him. You didn't just help us. You were our heart, he said softly.
Lyra smiled, her eyes reflecting the newfound joy of the town.
Scar handed back knives, scissors, swords, and even chisels to the townspeople. As the townsfolk gathered once more to celebrate, they now understood the true essence of their beloved festival, the harmony between community, craft, and the enchanting legacies that bound them together. Lyra and Scar shared a glance filled with promise, and thus the festival of the Knife Sharpener blossomed anew, a testament to the magic that thrived in both celebration and unity, protecting Eldoria from the shadows forevermore.
Shadows and light, blades and whispers.